All right, let's talk about big dogs and kids. Yes, we're tying those two together. I've had some experiences with guys in the house wanting to bring in their dogs. It's always a pit bull, three in a row, sober dudes or guys in recovery and pit bulls. I don't know what the phenomenon is, but it's consistent. So, first guy that asked if he could bring his dog in, immediate no for me for all the obvious reasons. No, hell no. I think it's even in my policy. But then I'm thinking, all right, well, I'm listening, I'm hearing him out. I end up letting him come in with the dog. Pretty cool, right? And I said, look, the number one thing is that dog cannot go out the front door or the back gate, period. You have to train it, and I need to know that it's trained to not walk out the front gate or the back door. He assured me it wouldn't. To my knowledge, never was an issue. That guy ended up not staying in the house, so whatever. So I let a second dog in from another guy. Been in the house for a while, gave me the sob story about the dog. I said, all right, dude, here, the number one thing is that dog cannot walk out the front door, cannot go out the back gate. You have to train it not to do it. If you have any questions on how to train the dog, let me know and I'll do it with you and for you, show you how to do it. That's my one stipulation. And then from there, as long as it's conducive to the house and, everybody gets along with the dog, blah, 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 and there's no other issues, it's not eating stuff, whatever. I go there first day, open the door, walk outside to test out if this dog is trained to walk outside or not, walks right out the front door. Like, I open the door, dog just walks out. So clearly he didn't train it, and clearly the dog wasn't trained to walk out the front door. And if anyone has any questions on the liabilities of a pit bull walking out the front door off of a leash, they're an idiot if they don't get why that's a horrible idea. Any dog in general. If I'm the neighbor and I see someone's dog come walking out without a leash, a big, medium-sized big dog, I'm not happy about that, especially being a father with young children. I've had this experience before. He ends up getting rid of that dog. Third go around just happened again, and now I'm done. No dogs in the house. I mean, my house manager has a dog he might bring up, which I may make I'll make an exception for him because I trust him, and I know he'll take care of it. But that's it. Because the last guy that came in, second day in the house, his dog gets out loose in the neighborhood. Day two, gate was open, back gate gets out, and I mean, couldn't have been more clear. That dog cannot go out the back. Same thing I say to everybody else. Fine, I'm fine with the dog. Just here's my number one rule: can't go out the back. And so yeah, day two. And then there were some other things that happened with that dog. It like ate a bunch of stuff in the house. Yeah, so the guy was totally cool about it. Good guy. Like he just moved out because it's like either the dog's got to go or you both got to go. That's where the house manager came to with that. So here's my opinions on all this. That's a long, you got to learn this stuff the hard way sometimes. I feel the same way with kids too. If you're gonna have big dogs, if you're gonna have kids, you need to know how to train them. Period. Because you're adding a dangerous element to this world if you don't. I had my ex had a pit bull and a pit bull mix, and this dog would any chance it had, it would sneak out of the house. It would run out through the neighborhood. It'd be gone for a day and come back. And I'm telling her like, this can't happen. Like, what did that dog do? Like, we ended up getting rid of that dog, but she was very reluctant. It had to do with like the dog ended up snapping on our kid, and why on earth? So she goes out and buys a pit bull because it's cute and she wants to fulfill her childhood. I think they had a kid growing up, whatever. So it's kind of selfish. Same thing with kids. Some people have kids because they want company, but you still have a responsibility to us coexisting in this world with you to train those things. Yeah, I just called kids things. So my kids they know structure and boundaries. They're not the perfect kids in the world. They're normal children, but for the most part, they have structure. There's a certain line they just can't cross, and they know it, and that makes them feel safe. Takes away the fight or flight. They don't need to worry about it. At a certain extent, I take over. Now, I have taken courses and read books because I didn't have this growing up. Same thing with the dog. So with my ex's pit bull, I ran into a guy at a dog park who showed me how to train that dog, and it was so stupid simple. once somebody just walked me through the psyche of a dog and like how to train them, how to set the boundaries, how to. It's really easy. For example, you can use a shock collar, and you only have to shock the dog one time. You beep, then shock, and you proactively do it. So if you don't want your dog getting in the garbage, you set up the scenario. Put a little piece of steak or meat or something on the garbage. As soon as that dog gets close to it, you beep and shock, and test yourself so you're not hurting the dog. I always shock myself to see what it's like on, before I shock my dog. There's certain settings and you don't want to go too high. So I will proactively, based on the knowledge I got from this guy who's like a trainer who's training a senator's dog. The guy was amazing. Little Israeli dude. Showed me so much on how to train dogs. And now, like when I go out, I see people, these huge dogs, taking their dog out for a walk. And it's, to me, it's concerning when you selfishly go get something or have a child and do these, and then you don't want to. And same thing can go for business, for running sober livings. How many people go start a sober living because they think they can make some money with it, and then they don't set up the structure and the boundaries and the policies and the procedures and have the care or the love for it the way it should be. It's all about money instead of truly creating a quality program and a high quality environment that produces good results. So seriously, if you've got a big dog, learn how to freaking train it, man. Go educate yourself on proper dog etiquette. What's safe for people around you. I had a Doberman, and that dog was a Doberman Rottweiler mix. That dog was so cool inside the house. But one day he took off, I had him trained not to go out the front door. He went out the front door one time because my wife at the time decided to let him go out without a leash. Like, he's fine. It's okay. Like, I had him trained, and I kind of co-signed on. I'm like, well, okay, you know what you're doing. That dog took off after a kid one day. Didn't hurt the kid, but went into hunt mode when the kid ran and chased down a child, and the parents were scared to death, as they should have been. I would be so upset. I've had the same thing with big dogs. So, yeah, gosh. And then, parenting, don't get me started. I watch the way some people let their kids walk all over them, and it's a shame. Okay, so I think that's the point I wanted to get across. Definitely in the Simplify Sober Living home, if you have a big dog, don't even ask me, or maybe I'll have to have a testing period and see how well you know how to train your dog. My dog's cool. No, that's not going to cut it. Same thing with my kids are cool. All right, we'll see. Show me. All right, thanks.